I shall no longer be a no pony. Look out, fandom! You've got a new analyst. Scaremaster begins with Fluttershy finishing her bunker to hide from the Nightmare Night festivities, but good old Angel gets the plot going. Just like one other episode that has gained some notoriety, and I'll give my 2 cents on that one another day. After walking through town and exploring Twilight's castle, the rest of the gang convince her to try to get in on the fun, rocking some pretty sweet new costumes. Look at all those costumes. Who keeps that many for themselves? Ridiculous, isn't it? Fluttershy agrees to the idea as long as she is the one who does the scaring. Her attempt at scaring her friends ends in awkward, hilarious failure, and almost gives up, but again, Angel gets the plot going, and convinces her to try one last time. As the main 5 and Spike are making their way through the Apple family's corn maze, they come across some unexpected scares. Oh man, a haunted maze, the girl's separated from her friends, she's alone, scared, and defenseless. Takes me back to high school. Now's a good chance to home in for the hug. Go for it, dude. I'm rooting for you, Spike. Anyway, if any of you know anything about My Little Pony twists, I'll give you one guess to who's behind the whole thing. Okay, I'll be fair and say kids might not get the surprise reveal, and My Little Pony's version of the creature from the Black Lagoon did throw me off. It turns out Fluttershy was finally successful in scaring her friends. Unfortunately, she claims she might not partake in it again, and says Nightmare Night just isn't her cup of tea. Even if it isn't good fun, she just doesn't have the heart to see her friends scared. Much like Luna Eclipsed, the episode has a lot to offer in visuals as we see all the characters in full decor of the season. I do like the new costumes for the main 6 and Spike. Lion Jack was adorable, and Mermaid Rarity had a couple laughs, as I'm sure none of these costumes will make Equestria Daily's draw friend. Get on with some more Mermaid Rarity, Pia-sama! Much like us, the ponies changed their costumes for the new year. It wasn't just a copy and paste with backgrounds and costumes. Although it's not hilariously simple, Derpy's new costume comes pretty close to topping her last one. Seeing the town decorated from different angles is a plus, and seeing the Apple family get in the spirit of the holiday was cute. I know some fans are getting tired of the more blatant fan service since the beginning of Season 4, but I and a lot of anime fans appreciated seeing the Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and Ranma references. Maybe Flitters is a closet otaku. I must ask those who dislike these references, do they really distract you? They're only briefly shown, and whether you get the reference or not, they don't take anything away from the plot. That is except for the horsehead mask. Seriously, what was up with that? The plot was well-paced, and I never felt rushed or bored. It's an issue that Made in Manhattan suffered because the setup took too long. The inside of Twilight's castle and the corn maze shared just enough time to set up the spooky atmosphere. Something that a lot of modern horror movies fail to accomplish today. Some can argue that this episode pretty much hits every note that other Fluttershy episodes have, such as a problem occurs because of Fluttershy's timidity, her friends try to help her out, Fluttershy struggles with being brave, and when the time comes for her to shine, her inner bravery breaks through. The end. I don't mind it too much because Fluttershy being shy and timid is part of her character. For some people, breaking out of their shell is harder than others. As a guy who's been to a ton of brony meetups and coming across people who are uncomfortable with social interaction, I can understand the situation. The moral was portrayed well, as Fluttershy wasn't forced into a situation like in Bats, and she willingly broke out of her comfort zone to try and enjoy something that wasn't her cup of tea. A sentiment I'm sure a lot of us felt when first trying this show. It's a feeling that applies far beyond our interest in the show. So that was Scaremaster. It was fun, the moral was relatable, the animation was filled with rich atmosphere and a wide variety of expressions, and had some good laughs. I'm glad Angel doesn't come off as an insufferable a-hole this time, because it feels like he was genuinely trying to help Fluttershy. I'm not going to compare this episode to Luna Eclipse too much, because that would be totally unfair, even without the fan-favorite Luna bias. Especially since I'm a Luna fan. It was a good episode that got me in the Halloween spirit. That Jason pony in the maze reminds me. It's time I break out my mask and do the old pretend to be hit by a car and scare people when they get too close prank. Thanks for watching. Have a happy Nightmare Night, happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time.